Hi, she your star goddess. So I'm just gonna pop in real quick to do this video about working with certain deities. It is very important, first of all, that you learn about these deities before you start working with them. Some people will just jump into it because it looks cool, but I really suggest you researching, learning all that kind of stuff before you even try, okay? Because knowledge is power, and if you do something crazy, mess up, do something backwards and offend, you know, some of these deities, you know, that's going to backfire on you. So like I suggest, do all the research. Don't ask questions. Go do the research yourself. Figure things out on your own. That's what they want you to do. They want you to be connected to them, to build this relationship, and learning about them will do that for you, okay? It will give you the appreciation, it will give the respect, it will do all that. So you can't just ask this person and that person how to work with this deity. You need to go and research it for yourself, get all the knowledge, the information. Don't ask just anybody, because everyone has their own opinions and different aspects of it. You need to go and research and get your aspect of it as well, because a lot of times there's rumors, hearsay, and this and that on certain deities. So you don't want to just go by what some people say, because sometimes people say this and it's actually the opposite. They just got it mixed up with another deity, and then oops, my bad, I meant that, you know. So you don't want to go on other people's, well, I heard this and I heard that. The best thing you can do is do your own research. I know a lot of people look for teachers, mentors, this and that, because they don't like research for some reason. I say if you don't research and do your own work, you won't evolve, you know. Someone can't do the work for you. You have to do it. Otherwise, you will never get the full spiritual benefit of it. You understand? So I know a lot of people are just starting off and they're young, or they don't know anything about this and that. Research, go get books, read, okay? You can't just jump into things. I have people come to me for spells all the time, these huge spells, and they ask me, oh, can I do this spell? I've just started, but can I pull this off? And I'm like, I don't think you can pull it off, but you can try. And if you don't pull it off, then, you know, you can come to a more seasoned witch to help you, or to do the work for you, you know. But, you know, of course, a lot of people do charge for spell work. So your best bet is to learn all you can. Start off small, doing small spells, building your confidence in your work, building your confidence in your deities that you work with, build your confidence in your manifestation power. You can't just say, okay, I'm a witch today and yesterday you weren't, and I'm going to do this spell to cause death, or to cause true love, or whatever, or to do this and that. It's not going to work like that, because you, first of all, you don't have the knowledge, you don't have what it, you know, the confidence it takes to pull off that type of magic. So you really need to do the learning and the research first. I have been doing magic for many years, and when I delve into something new, I do the research. I don't just jump in and say, oh, okay, I'm a witch, I know what I'm doing. No, because I understand the process of a spiritual path is a lifelong process, okay? I might be an expert at this, but I'm an amateur at something else. That's why it's called practicing witchcraft, because it's not something that is just a proven, you know, right way or wrong way. It's a practice, just like a medical practice. So you need to learn, you need to get all the information, the knowledge, and things like that on something before you attempt it, okay? You can't just rush it. It's not like that. And a lot of people think magic is a quick fix, and oh, if I start doing magic, my life's gonna be so much better. Yes, it will be, but you're gonna have to put in the work, okay? It's not something that you can just snap your fingers overnight and you're a success. No, you're gonna have to work at it. You're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to go through the motions, go through the steps, go through the manifesting, building your confidence, and all that kind of good stuff, because you can't just step into magic and say, hey, I've been watching videos on YouTube for 2 weeks and now I think I'm a witch, so I'm going to attempt this giant spell, even though I don't know what the herbs and ingredients mean in it. I have no idea. I'm just going to throw it all together and hope for the best. No. You have to do the work. You have to do the research. It's disrespectful to, you know, ask everybody else that did the work and learn and took the time so you don't have to. That's disrespectful. You're also not growing spiritually if you're getting the answers from someone else. You're not growing. You're not putting in the effort, you know, so you're not going to be as powerful, you're not going to be as confident, and you're not going to be as sure as seasoned witches who did put in the work. So this is just for newbies and people who want to jump into things quick. That's wonderful that you feel like you want to just jump in and get started and get your hands dirty, but you got to have the research first. Okay, that's what most of the spiritual path for, you know, pagans and witches in the beginning is learning. Small ittle bitty little spells is the best to start off with, then work your way up. But you really need to know what this ingredient does, when to do your spell, what days to do your spell, this and that. If you have to ask people because you don't know, you shouldn't be doing the spell. Okay. And I'm just being honest, because I never asked anybody, oh, what day should I do this spell on? Is it okay if I do this? Is it okay if I do this? I would never ask anyone that. Why? Because that means I'm not supposed to be doing magic if I have to ask people how to do magic. You know, understand? It is a self journey of self, a growth, a spiritual path of self. You have to know what you're doing. If you're asking me how to do this, you know, if this is okay, if that's okay, that means you're very unsure of your craft. That means you haven't done the research. That means you don't know. And I could tell you anything. I could say, oh yeah, you know, that will work when it won't work. And you will believe me. Why? Because you didn't do the research. Do you understand? And a lot of people will say, oh, well, why would you do that? And I wouldn't do that. I just won't even answer. So if you have noticed, like, I'm not trying to be rude, but a lot of witches, if you ask them questions, they're not going to answer you, because, and they're not trying to be rude. It's just a way to saying you need to go do the work yourself. You need to go do that research on your own. I can't help you because I will impede your growth as a witch if I tell you all the answers, you know. So that's kind of like a nice way of saying you need to go find that out on your own. You need to go do your research. You need to do this. You need to do that. You can't just ask for the answers. Okay, we're not your neighbor at school in the desk next to you giving you free answers on homework. That's not how it works. Okay, so if you want to be on this path, then you have to be disciplined.